Hi guys, I just thought I would work and chat. I'm doing some resin today. I'm not going to really talk you through it, but I thought I would just work as long as I chat. And I can, if you want to know bits and bobs, I'll tell you what I'm doing at the time. I've got some stuff prepped, and I've got a little tray here with some flowers and some butterflies in. I've got some snowflakes. I've got 4 molds for snowflakes. They're each mold has 3 snowflakes in, but the 4 molds are the same. So I've got 4 of each snowflake. I have my mold for my jewellery tray. I'm going to match it to one of the bases. I've got some animals, the lion, teddy bear and hippo. I've got those. I'm going to be doing some ink drops on those because I am making the baby mobile. So for those I'll be using today, I'll be using the pink, the white, don't know whether I used the brick red last time, the carmine, the hot pink, the pink, and the grey, I think is the 4 that I used with the white. So I'll be using those as drop inks for the and the white as a sinker ink for those animals. I'll be also using some inks for the flower molds that I've got for the coaster molds, and I think I'll be using the same sort of colours for those, but then I'll also do a green and blue. I thought I might do an orangey one. Ginger, coral, chrome yellow, and orange for those. And then with the white sinker ink. I'm using a lot of silver. I've got the dome is fitted with some rose, like some gold flowers with pearls centralised. So I'm just going to be using those. I'm not sure I'm going to do with a paw yet. I might just do it a silver paw because I've got a paw with a heart on there. I'm sorry you can't see, but I've had to put my computer out of the way so that it doesn't get spoiled with the resin and so that I've got a table full of gear. I'm doing some light bulbs. I'm going to do those in silver, one with butterflies in. I've got these small little butterflies, so I'm going to do one with those in. I'll do a little pot here, ready for the butterflies. Although I'm going to need a lot more resin than what goes in this pot. If I just mix a few butterflies, I can put that in bit by bit over the resin. So I'm going to put a lot of butterflies in there. And that will go into one of the light bulbs. Then we're also going to do some black to do some jewellery stands, which are more like the necklines. We're also going to do a light bulb, which is more like the long life bulbs in the that shape. And I'm going to add sea life to that one. I've got a dolphin, I've got some jellyfish, I'm going to add to that one, all in white. So I might do that in a blue. So I'll get a blue out. We've got sky blue. We've got an ocean blue. Cerulean. That's green. That's green. Marine. We'll do a marine. Right. like that. And so that's those ones. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to start mixing some resin up. I've got my gloves here ready. I've got my old t-shirt on. I've also got a art shirt that my husband doesn't wear anymore. I've got one of those, but I'm not going to put it on because I've got my old t-shirt on. I've got my drink, although I'm going to have to fill it up. I'll just do that now before we get settled in, as soon as there's nobody in yet. I'm back in a second, guys. I won't be too long. I need to get some tonic water. I won't be 2 seconds because the shop is just next door. As long as I can find my purse, that is. No. Purse, where are you? There it is. Right, 2 seconds, guys. I'll give you a chance to come in. Anybody in? Do we have anybody here? No, not yet. Oh well. Get myself a good bag. Well, that's not going to work. Right, guys, is there anybody in? No? Okay, then. We'll just continue on. I can't see actually whether there's anybody in. Because you're miles away. I'll put my drink there. Right, let's get started. We're going to do some resin. Now then, let's start off with, we're going to need a lot, but let's start off with doing, we're going to do some silver. I've got some silver glitter poured out somewhere, but I think we're going to just have to do the silver glitter in. I'll put some silver glitter somewhere. That's butterflies. That's black. There, that's the silver. We're going to need more. So I think what we'll do is we'll just do a load of silver. So we'll do 100 ml. Do 100. In fact, we might do 200 ml. We'll do 200 ml to 100 ml hardener. Take it up to 300 ml. We'll stir that in. Now, where's my stirrer? We'll stir that in well. We want to be doing it for about 3 minutes. I've got my silicone spatula here, which I like to use. And we just stir slowly so we don't get too many bubbles. So we've got a few things that we can pour in clear, but we'll do that later. I'm going to concentrate this on the silver one, because I've got quite a few molds that I'm going to do the silver with. In fact, I think I'll do the, I'll do it in clear. That's a silver mold. So we're going to stir this for approximately 3 to 4 minutes. Just to make sure that it's totally mixed in. We're going to scrape the edges. Continually scrape the edges to make sure that all the hardener is mixed in with the resin. Because if it isn't, then it won't harden properly and you get a soft, gooey sort of mess. We don't want that, obviously. We want a nice hard resin so that the pieces maintain their shape. So what I'm doing is making all this stuff. I've still got a chessboard to make, but what I thought I'd do is concentrate on these smaller bits first, so that at least I've got something for the fair to show. And then what I can do is make to order, or put a little note on made to order, so that people are aware that these things are available to order. They're not necessarily just one-off items. Although each item is unique, because you can never duplicate it exactly the same. It's always going to be slightly different to the one that I made before. I can try my best to duplicate each one, but that's very rarely going to happen. So what I've done is I've got the snowdrop ones. What I've done is I've put some micro powder in them. So I've got 2 snowdrops. No, I've got 1 snowdrop that is white with pinks in it. I've got another snowdrop which is blues and whites. And then we have a clear, one that I haven't coloured. So I'm just going to leave that with the silver. All 3 of them are going to do with a silver resin or a silver spark, like a silver glitter. Using a silver glitter and put that into the mould so that they've got that extra sparkle. I've also got a large coaster plate, and somebody suggested it would be ideal for a plate for Santa Claus. But what I've done is I've used some dried flowers and some butterflies in that, some dried cut butterflies, large, medium and small, and then some dried flowers. We've got some call them? Oh, I can't remember. It'll come to me. We've got some rose petals, and we've got some of the flowers that I can't think, some leaf and another little die cut leaf type idea. We've got a coaster holder, and that is using die cuts in various different shapes. We've got the corner molds to sort of define the corners on the bottom of the mold. We also have some bits around the side of the mold, and then we can put various different square molds in that. So that's a holder for square molds. I also have some fancy little molds here. One has a deer in, one has a cat in, and I've painted those with micro powder so that it gives them a defined colour. You'll be able to see it looks painted. And then we'll have to gloss over the top of them. So one of them's a cat with bluebells and butterflies. So what I've done is paint the bluebells blue, obviously, and the butterflies gold and the cat black. And then the deer, we've got a deer with snowflakes. The snowflakes are blue and white, and the deer is like 2 tones of brown. I've also used these flower coaster molds, and what I've done is use some heart-shaped, floral, circular, and you won't be able to see really from that distance, and die cuts, and put those in the centre so that there's a focal point, and then I'm going to use some drop inks in there, some alcohol inks in different colours. I've got some yellows and some pinks and some blues here. We're also going to do some light bulbs, which I've said some of the light bulbs are going to have sea life in, and some of them are just going to have butterflies and glitter in. We also have some necklace holders. They're going to be just plain black. And if we've got any resin left over, I've got some dragon molds, small little tiny dragon molds that would be ideal for charms. We've also got a cat and a teddy bear mold. We've also I've got some little fairy molds here that would also be used with leftover clay. Alongside that, I really need to get these done, which are ring molds, or the idea is that they're bracelet molds. One of these is faceted, the other two are just plain rings, and those are to be used for my baby molds. So I'll be doing one in pink and one in blue and one in yellow, and I'll be doing the drop inks in those ones. Although I might just do a plain blue, yellow and pink to fit with the molds that I'll be doing, because I'll be using these animal molds, which I'll be using pink. I'll be concentrating on pink today, so I'll be doing a full set of pink molds with drop inks, various different coloured pinks with the white drops, to make a nice feathery look for these animals. It worked out quite well the first time, so as long as it works out well this time, I'll be well pleased. We've also got heart-shaped, faceted, edged coaster mold here, and what I've done is sprinkled lavender over the bottom of that, and I added some gold, silver, and like rose gold butterflies, which are metal. I've added those to the mold, so we'll see how that sets. I've told you about the globe mold, haven't I? I think that's everything that I've got set here. I've got the deer mold. I need to do the antlers. That's fine. I need to find the antlers. They are on here somewhere. There we go. So I'm going to do a large set of antlers this time, or a medium set for this deer. If I can find them. Can't find them, but I will find them, and I will do a medium set of antlers at some point to go with this deer, because I've got a silver deer with small antlers, although it needs some work done to it. Right, who's joined us? Is that Dee Dee? Hiya, Dee. No, it's difficult to see messages this far away, but I'm trying my best. It wouldn't be so bad if I had my glasses on, but I can't find my glasses. I've got my sunglasses, but they're not prescription. So that doesn't help, does it? But hi Dee, pleased to see you. I can just about see your logo, so I can sort of see who's joined us. I'm just playing today, Dee, trying to get some stuff organised for the fair that I'm doing in December. I'm not sure whether you heard about it. I hope that you're okay. I'm going to have to come over there and mute this. So if you just bear with me 2 seconds, because I don't want people's addresses for the business phone to come through on... Where's the... There, Mum. Let me just mute. Do I need to mute? Do I need to mute? You know, people always ask for the chimney. They never manage to say chimney properly. It's so funny. Right, so we've got some clear resin here, so I'm going to do the clear resins first. Which will be this one. Which is the mould for the jewellery tree. I'm just going to dribble that in there because there's lots of intricate areas. So what I've done with this one is I've used some silk rose leaves, and I've also used some dry rose leaves that I've sprinkled, that I've shredded and added, put across the thing, so there's all broken up bits of rose leaves. It looks really good. I'm really pleased with it. Oh, I've gone over there a bit. Pleased with the results so far. And let's leave that there for the time being. Well, all you need to put it over there. And then we'll sort that out later. We also need to put clear in here because we're using droppings, so we need to put clear in the teddy bears. And we need to make sure the reasonably full, because as I say, that will be the droppings will be the end of it, so we need to make sure they're nice and full. We're going to have to make some more resin by the looks of it. And then we're going to do these. So what I have to do is place them on the table in situ and not move them, because we need to make some more resin up. So what we'll do, we'll just use one of our wooden sticks to make sure that the little die cut stays in place. We're going to push in the little flat petals that belong on the jewellery tray to make sure that there's no bubbles in there and they're well pressed down. We may need to do some sanding with this. Move it around so that you've got the stuff where you want it. Make sure it's all pushed in nicely and broken up so that it stays where you want it. And try and get rid of any bubbles. Right, then we'll work on the droppings. So we'll actually mix some more resin before we do the droppings because we can do them all together and the resin won't set that quickly that we need to worry about that. So we'll do another 200 ml of resin. Which is 200 ml to 100 ml of hardener. So is it 2 to 1 or is it 1 to 1? Oh, I think it's 1 to 1, isn't it? It's 1 to 1, which means I'm going to have to, the other hardener won't work, so I'm going to have to fill it back in. How does it say? 2 to, oh no, 2 to 1, so that's great. Oh, that's, I'm going to fill that 2 to 1. I thought it was, but then I was panicking. So we need another minute. So that's that. Running out of resin, so let's hope we can get all this done with the resin. So again, we need to stir until it's sorted. Sorry, Dee Dee, I can't see that message just as I'm coming over just to check it out, see if there's anything I need to answer to. How are you doing, Dee? I'm standing on a piece of paper here. How are you doing, my lovely? I love that Halloween box. Not that I'm into Halloween, I don't like Halloween. But I thought that was so clever the way you did that box. I hope you realised I did message you, but I thought, well, it was too late anyway because you showed the video after. But you'd actually hidden one of the light bulb holes in the black edging. And I was shouting, you were saying, where is that hole? I'm going, it's under the black edging, it's under the black edging, thinking, you can't hear me, but I'm telling you anyway. It's so funny. And I was saying, you stupid woman, just finished it, doesn't matter. But I was shouting, it's under there, it's at the side of there. You've missed it, you've hidden it. So it was so funny. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the rings for the baby mobiles. And we're also going to do the dome, the like globe and the heart. And then after that, we're going to mix it with some silver. And we're going to do the rest of the molds with silver. And then finally, we're going to do the black. Because all of the molds, even the mold with the sea life in, is going to be silver. Let me come over, Dee, and see what you're saying. Sorry, you went to feed the birds. You're back now. How are you doing, Dee? Are you all right? It's been lovely. I was saying I was enjoying your Halloween thing and how when you were missing the light bulb, I was going, you've hidden it, because when I was watching it, I saw you like hide it with the black edging, and I knew you'd missed it, and I'm going, but there's a light bulb hole there, and then you kept going, where's that light bulb? Where's number 10? And I'm going, you've hidden it. It's behind the black thing, but obviously you couldn't hear me, and I'm like, that's so stupid, but at the same time I'm shouting at the screen, it's there, you've passed it, you've hidden it. You realise if you watch your videos back, I don't know whether you do, but if you ever watch your videos back, these have all been filled. I have to get a little pipette out. A pipette. There's one. No, I want one. I'm going to put it in there. in there like that. Don't waste our resin, do we? Because it's expensive. So if there's any spillage, we slip it up with our pipette and we stick it somewhere else because we don't want to lose it. And if there's any spillage we can't deal with, we'll get a wet wipe to stop it dripping onto the floor and pick it up like that. And then when we're going to come along later, we're going to drop some colours in there. I'm thinking that one. There is some of the excess in here. Okay. Squeeze it in there. So I think I've yet to watch the end result. I'm dying to see when it's all finished and the boot looks closed. And I think it'll be so effective. Right. Okay. The next one, so we've managed to fill the overflow. We've managed to fill one, I think a bit over generous with the one with the very over generous with the four for the lions, the animals. So they've overflowed onto the actual mold so that they're starting to go over the top. So what we do is just taking the extra excess out and then once we've got it down somewhere, we'll strip what's on the edges and put that back in the actual mold. So I've got like a special silicone spatula that's smaller. It's obviously it's a lot smaller than the one I used earlier. And it means I can sort of scoop up any excess that's in the edges. Um, right, that's that done. So what we'll do is we'll get the little spatula out. Let's see where it is. That's the dry flowers. There's the one with the jewels in. There. So we've got a little pink handle. So it's a little spatula like that. And then what I'll do is I'll just scrape it in. And it means that because it's silicone, it really cleans up the edges, especially if you've got a wipe to wipe the excess off yourself so that you can really push it in where it needs to be. And then you won't get as much sand, you won't need as much sand, and at the end you won't get as much overspill. And at the same time, it helps you get rid of the bubbles. So we need to stir this a bit longer because I got waylaid. So we need to stir this just a little bit longer. I'll check up on your messages in a second, Dee. Sorry I'm a bit too far away. I really must get my camera set up and organised so that I can see what you guys are saying. So I'm just going to stir this a little bit longer and then I'm going to add it use the pipette and add it to the rings, and then I'll use a little bit of the inks. Then I'll start inking. Um, don't think we'll need much more of the clear resin, and we'll then start doing the silver with it. So we're just making sure this is well stirred in, because if it's not stirred in properly, then it won't actually set properly. Then it'll be a squidgy, horrible mess. And the squidgy, horrible messes are just so demoralising because you use all that resin and I can't use it. So I think that's well stirred in now. Just give it a couple of another minute. So scraping right round the edges to make sure all the hardness actually inside the resin and it's mixing well. I know what some people have asked me, why is it craft video so long? The thing is, there's so much involved, isn't there, with craft? Unless you're making a card where you've got everything set. But even then, if you're making a card from scratch and you have to cut out all the dies and it would still take time. So even a single card can take you a long time to make. Right, so this is about set. So I'm just gonna, right, I'm gonna use the pipette to just fill out the diamonds, the rings, because it's so much easier filling out, putting the ink, the resin in when it's dribbled in with the pipette than it is to pour it in, especially when you're using a jug like I am. So just move the resin around so we'll get like a nice even pour that goes all the way around. And do it again. We're going to need about 3 or 4 of these to fill this mold. And then what we'll do is we'll do the drip dye. We'll put some ink in there, pink ink, and then some stinker ink on the top. Try and make a little bit of a feather pattern. Although it's not going to really show up much, I don't think, in the small bracelet ring. But you never know, we'll see. It's all about experimenting, isn't it, to see what happens. You never know what's going to happen with the resin at the end of the day. Sometimes you think, oh, that's going to work beautifully, and it turns out horrible. And then other times you think, don't know whether I'm going to like that, and it's actually beautiful. So it's difficult to know how things are going to turn out with resin. You've just got to be prepared to give it a go, experiment, and see what happens at the end of the day. It's a lot more resin than you think this thing. I've got 5 petals. The only trouble is with a pipette, sometimes it puts bubbles into the item. We've got to then worry about getting all the bubbles out. We're nearly there. Sometimes you can suck the bubbles back up with the pipette, which is quite nice. Put in there, any at the top. Just 1, 2 more of these will do it. Sorry if this has taken a while and I'm boring you. I just wanted some company while I was working. I've got nobody in the house, which is nice. I actually prefer doing my craft when there's nobody in the house, because I don't feel then that I'm in the way. Once I get my craft room upstairs, I think I'll be fine. I don't think it'll bother me so much, because then I'm not interfering with people's day-to-day life, because I'm not in the dining room. But at the minute, I've got the table in the dining room. That's it, we're done. So that's that done. You just clean the pet on the outside. Right, what else have we got to do? They're all silver, 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 silver. Got to try silver, black. So the only thing we've got left to do in the clear is the lavender. And those, I don't know whether I was going to do silver and lavender. We'll just do plain and lavender, I think. And what we'll do is we'll move the lavender around a bit because it's all moved to the sides. Move it around, get the butterflies where we want it, the lavender in the middle. Nice. So I might put some little dye drops in there, I'm not sure. And then we want to put this one in, although we're going to do some silver. So the next thing is to put some silver in here. So we've got some silver flakes there, but we're going to need some more. So I've got some glitter here. So we're going to get some glitter out. I'm just going to have a drink in a second, and we're going to pour some glitter in here. I'm going to give it a good empty that out. To buy some more glitter, guys. And then we're going to give that a good stir. Now the trouble is with glitter sometimes with a resin, it does fall to the bottom. So we'll see how we get on with this. We've got a nice, now I'm going to do my snowflakes first. Again, we're probably going to need to use, I'll go around the other side. Oops. I've got all my stuff everywhere. I'm probably going to have to go around here to do that. So excuse me, you won't be able to see me. But once you get it in starting to flow in the areas, it actually follows the run. So if you can get it to the edges and then pour it from the middle, it'll start to follow where you put it to the floor. So it'll then start to fill the mold up, which is brilliant. With all these pink ones first. So what we do, we make sure we have it set. So what we need to do is be mindful of an overspill. So these will look nice. So what we're looking for is the slight pink coloration, but then having the silver glitter over the top, just to give it that extra shine. And then these can be used as either hanging ornaments or coaster molds. I mean, they're not brilliant coasters because they're very intricate in the fact that they're very snowflake shaped. They're not just a snowflake inside a round circle, they are actually snowflake shaped. So that means that is coaster wise, they will lift it off the table, but they're not like the full size coaster. So then I'm going to go on to the blue one that I've painted. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got enough to do all the ones I've painted, which means I'll have two sets of four. One of them has a hook in it, but then the others don't, so it's a bit strange. So one of them you can use as a hanging ornament because he's going to have a hole in it ready for hanging. But then the others don't, so I don't understand why one has and the others don't on this mold. It seems a bit strange. Actually shows that quite nicely, just pouring from the centre. There's Mr. Postman. Whoa, Mr. Postman. Oh, Mr. Postman, stop and see. Right, then we'll go on to these ones in the middle. So these are going to be difficult. They're very intricate. Um, so what I'm doing is I'm just pouring from the middle and hoping, and then what I'll do is I'll use the spatula to make sure that they are separated and that it goes through the, so it's not lying on the surface of the mold, it's actually going into the crevices. It will have probably a slight overspill, but it's nothing that we shouldn't be able to manage. And especially with the silicone spatula that I'm using, it will take off most of the overflow. And the only other option is to use the pipette, and then, but that's going to take a lot of time. So I think what we'll do is we'll just pour it in and use the silicone mold, silicone spatula. We just pour it in from the centre, let it run over, and then use the silicone mold, silicone spatula just to spread it around. And then a little bit more in places. I'm going to have to add a little bit more towards them to make sure all the bits covered. And then we're going to add some more. This might be one that we need to really concentrate on doming. So it's good in the spatula can take off any excess, but it can also make sure that it goes in where it needs to. Oh, my back's killing me, Paul. We're bending. So I can scoop up any excess and add it to the different ones if I need to, or move it around the actual mold so I can make sure it's all in the mold properly. And then scoop up any excess and move it to a different mold. It's important to make sure the centre is full because the centre is what is making the whole thing stick together. So that's that done. So we're going to have to make some more resin up in the silver. What I'm going to do is see if I can make this fill up this one. use our spatula. Oh, well, that's a bit sound. So we painted the cat mould, but what we've done is added a bit extra glitter to it, just to make it shine, because I think this is going to be more of a hanging ornament than it is going to be a... What I'll try and do is, well, I'll definitely take some photos of everything that I've done, and I'll put it on Twitter and I'll put it on Instagram and try and get it on my Facebook page as well. But I'll try, after I've done this, to bring the computer over to see whether you can see what I've done. So that's filled up quite nicely. Leveled out. So all we need to do now is make some more resin. We need some more silver resin. Make some more silver resin, and we need some more plain resin, I think. Although we're going to do silver for everything else, don't we? Even the, and then there's the black. Hiya, Emma and Annie. You all right, my darlings? Sorry I'm not acknowledging you, but my computer is so far away from me that I can hardly see what I'm doing. So I've made some snowflake molds. I've made some... Well, let's do the... because the rest of it's glitter, so let's do the drops. So we're going to do some drops in the... I haven't used that one before then, maybe. Some scissors to take the top off. Oops, that's all right. So we're gonna just put some drops in around that. Oh, I'm doing them all pink, and I need to do some of them. So these are all pink. Right. So they're all pink, so we've done those ones. So then we need to add the other colours in the pink. And that's some white before we... inside. So basically, I'm just dropping some ink on top of the bits and bobs. And then adding some sinker ink on the top. To make it nice, different colours, and trying to make some feathery effects. And we'll leave that as that, but then we'll add some different colours to the to the coaster moors. So what I'm trying to do is use what I've used before, because I'm trying to make some baby mobiles out of what I've already done. And then what I'm going to do when I come back, when it's set a little bit, well that's working there now, is mix it up so that you get a nice swirly pattern. And hopefully that'll mix in nice. But I'll put some more white, I think, in that lot. It's too dark. Right, so that's that done. So now we need to make some more resin up to do the light bulbs. We need to do some black resin. We need some more silver resin. So what we're going to do is make another 200 ml, and I'll do some more silver resin. Although I've got no more silver glitter, have I? So I'm going to have to, maybe I'll do a gold. So we'll do another 200 ml. We'll do a gold glitter this time. I can find some gold glitter. I hope I've got enough to do a gold. Next time I'll measure the hardener first. If we're running out of hardener, so we have less hardener than we do epoxy resin. So we're mixing this again. We're going to do some gold this time. Can't seem to find the antlers, so we're going to have to look at some antlers. I really want to do the black, and I really want to do the gold and the butterflies and the light bulbs with the resin, with the animals in. So we'll see how we go. I think I'm finished with the inks now, so they can go away. I do need white inks, and I think I put the white ink in that. Right, so I'm going to stir this for about 1/2 past. So how's everybody doing? You all okay? What can I tell you about my week? Well, it's been quite a good week. I've been doing some volunteer work. I've volunteered to do 30 hours of volunteer work, and I've actually managed to do nearly 40, so I'm quite pleased with that. And I have sorted out my heating. That's really exciting. I don't know whether you know, but we haven't had any heating in this house for all the time we've been here. It's been on and off. We started off with a little bit of heating, but then it kept breaking down, and we told the landlord, and he came and he sort of sorted it, but he didn't sort it. Anyway, to cut a long story short, we've been without heating for about 20 odd years. We then put in a stove ourselves, which is a wood burning, well, it's a multi-fuel stove, so you can burn wood and you can burn coal on it. So that's and that's a room heater only. So it doesn't do our water and it doesn't do the heating. It just does. It's like a room heater, but it's so hot that it does most of downstairs and a little bit of upstairs. But the kitchen's always freezing, and the bedrooms upstairs are quite cold, and the bathroom is just freezing in the bathroom. One of my daughter's bedrooms upstairs, because it is the chimney breast to the fire downstairs, she gets quite a bit of heat. But other than that, we've got nothing. We use the immersion heater for water, which to me is a waste of money, because we could be paying the same amount that we're paying for the immersion heater for getting both water and heating. So I had a word with the landlord, and he came eventually and he sorted it out. So we're getting a combi boiler fitted, which is brilliant. I'm so looking forward to getting that sorted, and then we can actually have some heating in the house, which would be fantastic. So he's hopefully the plumber's been and had a look, and hopefully we can get the combi boiler in the cupboard that's in the bathroom, which is null and void. Really, we don't really use it for anything. It's got no shelves in or anything. It's just an empty space. So hopefully we can get the combi boiler put in there, which will make use of that space. And it means we get hot water as and when we need it, and we can use for the heating upstairs. But we can still use the stove for downstairs. So we can maybe turn off the radiators for downstairs and just have the heat upstairs. That would be brilliant. So that was good news. I've had my Lisa maintenance day, so I've had my nails done. I'll show you later once I take my gloves off. And I had my feet done, and I've had my hair done. So what happens every Monday and Thursday, I go to a friend's house and have a shower. She does my hair because she's a hairdresser. So she does my hair nice. She washes it for me and does treatment for it and dries it, and it's always beautiful afterwards. And then sometimes she does my nails, some weeks she does my feet. I always get my face pampered. So I'm well and truly pampered. It's lovely. So I've had that done this week. I've been in a lot of pain this week, but I've worked through it. And that's not been too bad. So we sorted that out. Let me see now whether we can find some gold glitter. Should be some in this bag here. That's a bronze. That's a birthday gold. Take all that out. We take that out and then we'll just find some glitters. We've got some orange glitter. White. Oh, white will work, I suppose. That will do. So we'll add that into there. Just put all that into there nicely. That's that. Let's see if we've got any more. Let's put that one in, which is like a different shade of gold. Put in there. Whites. Need to buy some more glitters. I need to buy some more glitters, guys. Right, that will have to do. That will have to do, guys. That will have to do. I might put some white in, just to give it a bit extra body. So we'll add some of the white as well, white glitter. There's not a lot, so we'll add some of that. And some of this one. There we go. And we'll mix that in together. And then we'll there's still a little bit of silver glitter in there. So then we'll add that to the deer and the box and the plate. And then, the deer, we've got the deer more to do as well. So we'll do the deer coaster, then we'll do the coaster holder, then we'll do the plate, and then we'll see whether we've got any for the deer and for the dome. And then after that, there's only the black glitter, black stuff to do. We'll see whether we can do gold mould for the paw as well. So that's that done. So let's see what we can get poured out for this. So we'll add that there. I think the gold works better on that one than the silver on the cat. Right, then we'll do this. And then we'll do a squishy on the edges. Get rid of any bubbles. Make sure it goes all the way around. Bring any bubbles to the surface. You squash, squishy. And then finish filling that up. Any bubbles at the end of it. I haven't got a proper lighter, so I'm just going to use a match when I finish filling up. I might have lighter. Then we'll add gold to the deer. And again, we'll do a half fill of that. We'll do a squishy, squash. Squishy, squash. And then we'll fill it up. Last time I filled it too far, so this time I'm going to just be a little bit, we've got a bit of an overflow there, so we'll get our pet out. Where's the pet? Come on, pet, where are you? I've lost my pipette. There we are, I've got one. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. What we'll do is now get our wet wipes out. And just put the wet wipe down. And then wet wipe that up. Because we've edited it, it should be okay. Right, so then we add a bit more to that. Not add too much, we just want it to be just cool the surface. Then we're going to do this one, the big plate, the back. And that should take most of that resin. I'm going to come round with my spatula. And we'll come round and we're going to empty that jug out. Very good. And then we'll just fill that up with clear resin when we get the last bit of resin done. from the boxes. So then what we're going to do is get our stick. We're just going to move everything around so that it's where we want it to be. We want that flower there, that flower there, that there. We want that to be over there. We want that just to be there and that there. So we'll just moving it. And then we're going to mix more resin just to fill that up. That's done. So now we just need a little bit more resin and then we'll do the black resin and we should be done. Right, so we're going to get the hardener first because that's what we're running out of and I'm just going to use the rest of it up. So we'll just pour in what's left of the hardener. We'll let that settle for a bit. I'll come over and check the messages. Hi Jackie, you all right, my lovely? You're back? Have you been away? Let's see the messages. Let me just go over a little bit. You've got a long video coming up, so get ready with a cuppa. I will be, Dee. That's brilliant. Last one was tonight at 6 p.m. Well, I'll be looking forward to watching that. I'm busy too, not typing much. It's suiting me. Hi, Elise. Only just seen that you were on Chick. That's brilliant, Annie. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're well. Hi, Emma. Sorry, got back to PC. I'm not sorting out. I'm sorting out again. You're always sorting, dear. You're always sorting. Be right back. You're back. How is everybody? You've all said hi, but nobody said how they are. I'm just letting that slip into there. I'm just going to tidy up a little bit. All bits where the back where they're supposed to be. And then I might be able to find things. Just one bin. Right. I'll use those so they can go back in there. So I'm just sorting what's back everywhere so I can know where to find it. Otherwise I'll be looking all over and I'll be thinking, where the hell did I put that? And then I realise, oh, I put it in the wrong place. I'm still looking for my rotary tool. Can I as heck find it? I need to finish off some stuff for the fair. And I cannot find my rotary tool. So I'm going to have to buy another one. Just going to move those a bit around because they're all congealed to the middle again. So I'm going to have to keep moving the lavender petals once the resin is started to set a little bit so that they are in the right place. The same with the molds. That looks, I think they'll be really pretty. Right, at least I put my old t-shirt on because I'm a right mess. Right, so we have approximately 150. So that means we need 300 ml of resin, just less than. So I'll just find some more gloves. I do have some somewhere. One there, one there. Just hope I have enough resin to do the, I love the light bulbs doing. I'll try those first, and then if I can't get the necklace holders done, I won't bother. So we'll put that, and we'll put the butterflies in with them. Because then I'll do the butterflies in the wall, in the butterflies in the end. Right, so we've got 150, so we want at least another 150. Another 150, and then another 150, just for 400. We do have a little bit more resin than we have hardener, which is a shame, but we can always buy some more. I think you always end up with a little bit more epoxy resin than you do hardener. So we'll mix that up nicely. So 150 plus times 2 is 300. So that's 150 times 2 is 300. Plus 150 is 450. Now I've only got 400 here. Is that right? 150 times 2 is 300. It's 450, so I want another. So that's about right. So that will do. 150 plus 300 is 450. So that's what I've got. I need to make sure that I don't put my hands in. Where's my foot? You know something? I'm losing the plot, guys. I'm losing the plot. Keep putting the arms in the resin bits and. Right. That's that done. That's that done. So then, we're mixing this up. Once we've mixed this up, we should hopefully finish what we're doing. I want to do my light bulbs first, because I really want to see what they're like. So I'm going to do my light bulbs first. There is a little bit of a gold, because I haven't cleaned this jug out. So there's a little bit of gold spark, which I'm not bothered about in the resin. I'm really not bothered about that. So we're going to stir this to about 1/4 to. And then this will take up my table, so I won't be able to do much more today unless I go into the other room and do some diamond painting. But I'm messed up for the rest of the day. So hopefully I'll have enough animals to do one baby mobile. And then I have to set to doing some more to make the blue baby mobile and then a yellow baby mobile. But I'll do the yellow first because I've already got some yellow. And I've got a yellow ring sorted. I've got 2 pink rings done. So I've not really sort of done a proper pink ring. Right. So what I'm going to do is pour some resin with some butterflies in. And I'm going to pour it in the long mould. In this candle mould. and then add the fish, and then pour a little bit more in, add jellyfish, and we'll see what happens. I was going to have it so that we had some glitter in there, but I might add a little bit of blue glitter into one of these little pots, and then pour a little bit, put a little bit of resin in there, and pour it in as I'm putting in there. So that should do that. That should be sturdy enough. Give it a little bit longer. Oh, pardon me. It's got that drinking juice with tonic water in it, and it's got, obviously, bubbled up. Right, so that should do that. So we'll just add a little bit more to the plate. It should be fine. I'm going to add a little bit to the blue. And we're going to add, I'm bringing this over here. And we're going to add a little bit to the light. I tell you, I'm making a right mess at the minute. That's it. So there, we've got that. So we're going to then stir this little, with the blue glitter in. We'll stir that up. Right, so then we'll add a little bit of, we'll add a dolphin or a fish or something. We'll add a little bit of into that. Then we'll add some more clear. And we'll add a little jellyfish. We'll add a couple of jellyfish. Then we'll add some more blue glitter. Push them down. Then we'll add a little tiny itty bitty jellyfish. And we'll add that clear. And then we'll finish it off with a little bit of blue. And that's that done. And we'll bring this one over and we'll add butterflies in. So we'll add some more and we'll add some butterflies. Then we'll add some more. And we'll add some more butterflies. I think we'll add a bit of the blue. Stir that up a bit. Then we'll add some more clear. Some more butterflies. And then the rest of the clear. Fill that up. There we go. So that's that filled. Right, we haven't got enough to fill the we haven't got enough even that done. We haven't got enough to do the Pujahon, the necklace bits. So we'll just top up bits that we've got. That deer needs topping up a bit. A couple of the animals need topping up. Then, we'll do the paw. So what we'll do with the paw, we should have enough of the paw. I might just do the black. Add some black bitter to that. Some black ink. We've got a little bit of black ink in there, alcohol ink, and we've got some black glitter. And we'll just pour that into the paw and the hearts. And see how that turns out. That should be quite nice. It should be quite vivid. Oops, bit of an overflow there. Okay, and just take out the excess. More. That's it. And then remove the bit that's all at the top of the paw with a silicone strip. And keep it clean. Keeps coming off the lid. I'll have to put some super glue in that, I think. And then just move it off. Make sure it's clear of all the resin bits, the mould extra bits, so that you're going to have a nice clean finish. And that's that. Then I'm going to do the draft bits, I think. We'll just fill up with some draft. We've got some black draft pieces, so we'll just put in some black draft pieces. Not quite managed to get a full draft set. And then what else have we got to do? We've got a cat to do. We might do a ginger. Cat. I've got some nice ginger ink here. So what I might do is do the drop ink again. So we'll add the ink into the mould. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. Do a little squidgy. Put it up to the top. Then we're going to add some ginger ink. We just drop some ginger ink in there. 2 drops. Then we add the sinker ink. Then I add a couple more drops of the ginger. And leave it at that, and then add a couple more drops of the sinker ink. And leave that at that. Where's the lid gone for the sinker ink? I don't know, but of it. That's not out. There it is. That goes on there, and that goes on there. So that's that bit. So we've got that. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, my back's killing me. We'll do our little dragons. Got 3 dragons to do. 4 dragons to do. We've got one there. I've got some egg powders in there already. Got brown, a green, a gold, and a bronze. Done. We've still got some spare ink there. I'll top that up. I'll top the plate up, I think, and that'll be done. Right, let me just come round. So I need some more resin to do anything else because that's all my resin used up except my UV resin. Just need to make sure everything's stuck in. And that's it. So now it's just a case of cleaning everything up. Check in the kitchen. Get rid of these. They're empty. I think there's a little bit of resin in that one. Need that, but that's empty. Gloves off. Right, guys. So what I'll do is I'll try and bring you close to see what I've done. Just get rid of all these inks first. Sort them out in a minute. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try and bring you closer and so you can see what I've done. Right, so can you see? There. So I've got some coasters done, some animal molds, some snowflakes, a plate, and some light bulbs, some dragons, heart, paw. Can you see that? So that's what I've been working on today. Oh, and I'm knackered already. Oh. So there we go. How did you find that? Was it worth tuning in for? Was it worth tuning in for? So what I'll do is tomorrow I won't be able to do it first thing in the morning, but I'll do an unmolding for you. So we can see what it all turns out like. So that should be fun because we've got quite a bit. But as I say, we've got no resin now, so I can't do any more. Until I've got the pennies to do some more resin. I really need to get some more because I've got some baby molds I need to do. I've got some yellow ones and some blue ones to do before the fair. So let's hope I can get some pennies gathered together before then to get some more resin to do some more molds. So that should be good. That should be really good. I'm looking forward to getting it all sorted. I've already sold some of my stuff, which is even better. I've sold a couple of pendants. I've sold cover minder. Somebody's Yeah, it is a whole lot of work there, Annie. Let's see how it turns out tomorrow. Fingers crossed it all works well. I'm looking forward to seeing how the snowflakes and the plate turn out, as well as the drop ink stuff, because that's something I'm still learning. Using the inks with the sinker ink to try and get a feathery look. So that's something new I'm looking at. So the coasters, I'm looking forward to seeing how the coasters turn out. I think the pour will be lovely in the black. You think it'll be good? Here's fingers crossed. I'm also the light bulbs. I've been looking forward to doing those for a while, but not quite sure. I was going to put some flowers in them. But I thought, no, I'll wait. I'll do the flowers once I've done one with some sort of general inks, some general sort of mixed colours and popping things in and see how they go. I'm looking forward to seeing how the one with the animals, with the sea life in, see how that turns out. So I've tried a lot of new things today. So fingers crossed they all work, because the sinker inks are reasonably new to me. I have tried them once and they did turn out okay. Not quite what I wanted, but they still look good. I had one that looked scary. One of the animals looked scary, but the others looked really good. Um, and then the light bulbs are something new. I haven't done them before. Um, I've got some new molds, so they should be good. So we'll see how the new molds work out. Although with the new molds, I've used techniques that I've used before, like painting on the micro powders. So all in all, we'll see how it works out. So bear with me tomorrow. But anyway, let's have a chat. How's everybody doing? Okay, would anybody like to join me? Annie, would you like to join me? I'll put the invite up. There we go. There's the invite. So if anybody wants to join me, I'd love to have a chat. Although I have been on a while now. I don't know how long I've been on. Does it tell you? It tells you usually somewhere. I don't know what time is it. What time do you join me at 12:42? So that's 12:42. That's 20 to 1. 22 is an hour. So I've been on an hour and a half already. So if you want rid of me, just say time to go, Lise. You're scruffy in your working clothes. That doesn't matter. Look at the state of me. I've got resin all over me. I'm in my loungy, disgusting looking pants. My hair's not wonderful. Just join me, Annie. I've been on an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, dear me. Is that too long? Do you think I should go now? I like to show you the process, to show you how it goes. As a friend of mine wants to learn resin and start to do resin, so she keeps saying, will you do a video to show me how it goes from the start? So, hello, my friend.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad. I've not been good, but I'm not too bad today.
Oh, I'm same. I've been absolutely rubbish, and
I know you've had a bad chest, haven't you? Your chest's
I
not
had a
been
bad
good at
night last
all.
night. I've been awake since 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, Annie.
I woke up. I don't know what it is, but I'm itching all over, and I mean literally all over. In the hair, my face, all round.
Oh,
And I says to Harry, I don't know what it is, and it happened the other night. Well, yeah, I had another night like it in week. And then again last night, and I don't know. I mean, we've got clean bedding on bed and all like that, so it's nothing. Each
is it medication, Annie? Have you had some new medication?
I haven't. No, I'm not had a change in anything. So I've
Washing powder? Have you changed your washing powder?
No, we've not done anything like that. There's no reason or rhyme to it at all. I don't know why it is, but and I'm wide awake, and I woke at 5, and I'm looking at clock. I'm not getting up yet, and I literally watched clock go round till 6:30, and I thought, oh bugger it, I might as well get up. Because I got up at 6:30. There's no point in staying any longer.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have been able to get back to sleep. And I didn't want to disturb Harry, you know, because he's sleeping fine, so he needs to get his rest. Where's that gone? There.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just putting some pins on my fish.
You're up at 5 most mornings. Who are D's up at 5 most mornings? I don't. I wake up at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
You go to bed early, Dean, don't you? I don't go to bed sometimes by 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm
No, I go to bed. I'm in bed by 8:30.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
But I tend to read. I tend to read in bed.
I go to bed 1:30, and I start reading when I get to bed. 1:30.
My husband goes mad. Can you turn the light off? And I'm not got the light on. I've just got the other day he was like, you're going to be straining your eyes. I said, I'm not straining my eyes. He said, you're reading a book. I said, no, I'm reading my Kindle. And because of the way I had it, he thought it was a book.
Mm. Yeah, I have a Kindle light, with backlight.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have light on. Well, I'm saying I don't have light on. I do. It don't bother him having light on, but I could read it out if I wanted to. You know, but he doesn't have to turn the light off. Leave it. I'm fine.
Were you on when I said I've got a new boiler getting fitted?
No, why you having a new boiler?
Yeah, because we don't have any heating except our stove. We've not had heating in this house for 20 odd years. And the landlord managed 20 years.
For 20 years?
Yeah. The only heating we've had is the stove that we fit because the central heating never worked. It was on, off. It was terrible. So we spoke to the landlord, and then we said, look, can we put a wood burning stove in? So we did. And that's the only form of heating we have, and it's only a room heater. So no heating upstairs.
You could have got him to put your heating in a long time ago. He's liable for that.
I was waiting and waiting. He said to me, he came yesterday, and he said, why didn't you say you didn't have any heating? I said, I did. I said, I've told you at least 3 times. I said, I've told Bernard, I told your wife,
I'd have been telling him every frigging day.
Well, we've got damp mould upstairs, Annie. Black mould on the ceilings. No wonder my chest's bad. Nina's got this irritating cough.
I've got black mould in my bedroom on outside wall.
It won't do any good, Annie.
Well, I'm saying Harry, but we decided that we'd try a dehumidifier in bedroom, and we got one last year.
They're good.
And it's amazing how much water it pulls out of air atmosphere.
Unbelievable.
I think our bedroom's coldest of them all. Because it's the biggest bedroom.
Yeah.
But I've got a dressing table, and it's up to wall at that side and up to chimney breast at that side. And then I've got a big mirror over it.
Yeah.
And the wall is black where the dressing table is. So he wants to pull that out and move it and put a smaller chest of drawers in there.
Yeah.
So that there's air surrounding it. Yeah. But I've got nowhere else for them drawers to go, then my dressing table drawers.
Yeah.
What I am wanting to do is I want another bed, a new bed. We've got we've got 2 electric beds, you know, with the resin.
I want one of them.
Sit up. But the actual frame is for like a super king, because it's 3-foot beds together inside a super king surround, and then a big headboard at back. So if ever would sell them, they'd have to buy, you know, they probably won't want the actual headboard thing. I don't know, they might, I don't know, but I says to him, let's get rid of this big bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's taking too much room, but we don't need that much room. He's on one edge, I'm on other, and Poppy's got all this in the middle. Oh, good.
Typical dogs.
And I
Like
says to him,
kids.
I don't want just a double bed. I want a king size, but I don't want the super king.
Mm.
So I says to him, if we get a 5-foot bed in here, I said that'll give us a good bit more room. You'd be surprised how much more room it'll give us.
Mm.
And then I can have the dressing table at the side of me up to outside wall, but it won't be on the wall like it is where it is. At the minute, it's trapped in between outside wall and chimney breast.
Yeah.
Without anything going around it. I've even got a little picture up on wall that I did a diamond painting, and it's in a little frame. It's only a paper frame. It's one I made myself, for one of my little owl things. And at back of that, it's black. And Harry has literally bought some of that stuff that you put on that's supposed to stop it coming through.
Right.
He'd done it twice in our bedroom. Painted all this like stuff on wall to stop it coming through, and it still comes through. We don't know why.
Right.
It's still getting through. So, and of course he's worried now because of my chest.
Yeah.
And what have you. So he's written about me. But I says, well, I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can say to him is, I keep saying it, but he says it's not. But I think, I'm wondering if we've got like guttering. It's overflowing and running down wall. He says it doesn't. No, she's here again. Come on.
Oh, is that Poppy? Hey, Poppy. Poppy.
Had our haircut, didn't we, yesterday?
Hello, Poppy. You look gorgeous.
The boat.
Don't you? Poppy. Poppy. Hello. I can see you. I love it when dogs do that with their heads. Who is it? Is that right? Poppy.
If
You're a beautiful girl. Who's a beautiful baby? Poppy.
Yeah, when you tell her she's pretty, she does this with her eyes.
Gorgeous. Is Poppy beautiful?
All right,
Is Poppy beautiful? You look gorgeous with your new haircut. Do you do it yourself, Annie, or do you take her to the...
No, she has a groom. We take her to groom.
Oh, you've been to groomers.
Actually, every time we bring her back, we moan. Because last time she didn't cut enough round her face. And really, she ain't cut enough again because she's left all this brown stuff.
Right.
And I thought that would be gone. Plus, I keep finding long bits. So, but she does look fairly good,
She looks beautiful. She looks
And
so shiny, like silver almost.
She just stand nicely for her, So she's where we were taking her before, she was terrified. So
Right.
when she goes to Melanie's lovely, and she thinks she's lovely. She makes a big fuss of her.
Yeah.
So you like Melanie, don't you?
Poppy.
Just cut your hair.
Hello, beautiful girl. You were gorgeous, aren't you? Poppy. Poppy.
My baby. Hiya.
She looks gorgeous. She looks she's shining like white silver. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, because she'd been cut. She was really shaggy. Well, imagine running.
I think I've got resin on my arm.
It were only 6 weeks between.
Right.
Because she says, oh God, she's grown. And I just think you'll find it's a coat that's thick. She's nearly half size when she's had her hair cut, aren't you?
What is she? Is she a spaniel?
No, she's a toy poodle.
Oh, poodle, right.
She's my
A
poodle.
toy poodle. My friend's got a cockapoo and it's gorgeous. And she always looks beautiful when she's been
That's what Cal's got. I think, oh no, she's a Labradoodle. No, she's a cockapoo.
Right.
Caroline Withington.
Yeah.
Lily, she's a cockapoo. No, this one, she's a true toy poodle, aren't you?
True poodle. Wow.
Wow,
Poppy's a
aren't
poodle.
you?
Well, Abby, you best get on. Oh, before I go, I'm doing a giveaway.
Oh, are you right?
Yeah. So can you give us a shout out when you do your
I will, yeah.
on Monday?
I'll make a
Um,
note.
I just want somebody to make a comment on the stuff that I've made today. Any comment, just something
On
to
this,
say
on this one or tomorrow's.
on this video
You
or
can't
tomorrow's,
do it.
either or. We can do
One
today
day
or tomorrow.
you can see what you've made out of the mold.
Right. We'll do it
Isn't it?
tomorrow then. Any comments that you make on either today or tomorrow, I'm not bothered.
Right, yeah. Have it
Any
on
comments they make on what I've made, and you'll go through into a draw and we'll pick out. And I've got some nice things, nice Christmas, 2 diamond paintings that are Christmas related. You can choose one of them. And also there's a stocking and a wine bag.
Okay.
So I'll throw one of those in that as well.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. So if
Yeah,
you could give me a shout out, Annie.
I will
Dee,
do
if you
so.
could do the same, and we'll see whether or not Carl will do me a shout out.
I'll make a note. I have to have little notices alongside so I don't forget things.
Yeah. So any of the if any of you YouTubers could give me a shout out that
Will
I'm
do.
doing a giveaway, that would be much appreciated.
Mhm.
So if you've subscribed, thank you very much. Annie, thank you for being a wonderful supporter.
You're
You're one
welcome.
of my bestest friends.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, think the world of you. And you, Dee, and Jackie, thank you so much for your support, and everybody else who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed,
Get subscribing. No
yeah,
excuses. Hit that bell. And
hit the bell, give me a shout out. That's brilliant.
and give a thumbs up.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
do more molding. I'm not sure what time, but I'll try and put a schedule up so that you're given warning. And
Yeah.
we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks a
Okay,
lot,
okay.
Annie. You take care.
You too, ducks. Take
Love
care.
you all.
Bye.
Bye, Dee. Bye, Jackie. Now then, leave.